ora, welcome to Sign High. I'm Alana Best.
Kia ora, my name is Mita Moses.
Every year, the Council has events and celebrations for local and visitors. Deaf people and hearing impaired also attend. In the last few years, we have made it really important to have interpreters booked for equal access. Rachel works at the council and is the main person arranging events in Whangarei. We are going to ask her to tell us more. Hi, what is your role here?
Hi, I'm Rachel O'Gorman. I'm the Acting Manager at Venues and Events Whangarei.
Cool. I understand you have an events booklet available?
Yes, we do. We've got the Endless Summer Festival, which runs from January to March every year. And it has over 100 events in it across the Whangarei district every year.
So how do you gather the information for these events?
So each year we send the registration form out to all of the event organisers. And we're basically asking them the name of the event, when the event will be, where, information about the event, entry, cost, ticketing information, and then we have the accessibility questions. So we will just ask them, viewing area, is there a designated viewing area for disabled or older persons with a reasonably clear view of the event, and they just have to tick yes or no. So there's yes, no questions for all of the accessibility information, and then we just use that information to make the ads in the booklet. And then all the symbols appear along here so that people can see what kind of accessibility there will be at the event.
Which events does the council currently provide interpreters for?
Okay, so we have an interpreter at Anzac Day each year. There's also one at the Getting Out There Expo, organised by Te Ahu Trust. And there was one at the opening ceremony of the rally last year.
For the events that do have interpreters, how do you let the public know?
We book a qualified interpreter for the Anzac Day ceremony, and they will communicate that to the community, to the deaf community through the likes of Facebook. They make a video of it, which they also post on Facebook.
Are there any new events that now have interpreters available?
Yeah, well, we've been running the Matariki Festival for the last 3 years, and last year we decided to put the accessibility information into that festival as well. Last year, Māori Language Week Word Hunt had a sign language interpreter at the event as well. So we're just trying to get the accessibility information through all of the festivals that we organise.
Are there any future events that you are hoping to have interpreters available for?
Yeah, we've always wanted to have an interpreter at the Christmas festival that we run each year. So hopefully we'll have one this year.
Thank you for letting me come here today and interview you.
No, that's all right. It was great to talk to you. Thank you.
Johnny, CEO of Te Ahu Trust, he is a very important person advocating for the disability community and for the deaf community.
So what is your role?
I'm CEO of Te Ahu Trust, so I'm responsible for everything really.
What does the Te Ahu Trust do?
So we provide information and advice to disabled people. We also support 15 other organisations in Northland who support disabled people, but we also like to promote disabled people out in the Northland community and promote that they add value to our community as well.
How do you support the deaf community?
Well, we hold a number of events throughout the year. We always ensure we have a sign language interpreter present at those events. They include the Getting Out There seminar we did last year, where we had a number of keynote speakers, the International Day of the Disabled Person, and other informational events. We always make sure we have a New Zealand Sign Language interpreter there.
Thank you for your time and having us interview you today. Whangarei District Council has a disability advisory group over issues and problems related to the disability community, and they report back to the council. Disability Advisory Group have been involved with the town basin redevelopment, for example, Pohi Island. Vicky is going to tell us more. Hi, we're here to meet Vicky today.
I'm a representative for the deaf community.
What do you do for the deaf community, Vicky?
I'm part of an advisory group that provides information to the council about deaf access and access to interpreters for civic events and for passing on information that the community needs to know. The Disability Advisory Group advocates for access to interpreting services for civic events such as Anzac Day and other events that are on in Whangarei.
So how do we contact you?
An easy way is to either text me or email me.
Thank you for coming and spending some time with us today.
Thank you.
Did you know in world wars, deaf soldiers served their country? There were also deaf servicemen and women so Anzac represent the New Zealand as a whole, including people with disabilities. There were no interpreters for Anzac days, so we felt left out. In the last 3 years, there have been interpreters, and we have enjoyed the celebrations.
Morning, everyone. The reading is from the book of Acts, chapter 20, beginning verse 32. And now I commend you to God and to his gracious word, which has the power to build you up and give you your heritage. Among all who are dedicated to him,
establishment of New Zealand's naval forces in 1913. But beyond these historical notes are the people. The first Kiwi to die in action during the First World War was an able seaman, John Reardon. a submariner. Other Kiwi sailors flew fighters over the Western Front, and a large number were part of land actions at Zeebrugge and Ostend in 1918. Our most famous World War I sailor was Lieutenant Commander Peter Saunders, an Aucklander who was awarded the Victoria Cross for action against the German U-boat in 1917. Forged under the fire of Gallipoli, at sea in the North Sea naval battles, on and above the Western Front, the values of courage, comradeship and commitment have endured since the First World War and form the core of the modern Defence Force, which proudly represents New Zealand internationally and has done for more than 100 years. In 1915, we were a young nation at the outer edge of the British Empire, and the reasons for enlisting were many and varied. Some were lured by travel and others by adventure, but it was widely accepted that the volunteers were answering the Empire's call in its time of need. Exactly what patriotic citizens of the Empire were expected to do. Between 1914 and 1918, about 10% of New Zealand's entire population, approximately 100,000 individuals, served in the war. Young men and women came together from communities all across New Zealand, leaving what they knew and held dear to travel to the other side of the world and face the unknown. They left as small, disparate groups of colonials. They returned as New Zealanders, with a realisation that we were something different to other nations. They and their Australian comrades were quite egalitarian. They did not automatically respect rank, but they did respect professionalism and hard work. This collective sense of Kiwiness was not confined to just the battlefield. More than 16,000 of those who served New Zealand in the First World War never saw their families again. They did not see their homes, they did not see their country. They were killed far from what they knew and what they held dear. At home, provinces were thrown together by the collective cess of shock and loss. The newspapers listed the names of the killed, injured and missing. The scale of the tragic loss experienced by these communities across the nation united us in a sense of shock and awe and grief.
Women were also present, carrying out duties such as nursing, signallers, transport drivers, and also providing that face from home to confide and talk to. Some of these women were very close to the front line with the men. A question: should we continue to remember those who fought for our country and did not return, as well as those who did and continue to return? The answer, yes, we should. If it was not for those brave men and women, we would not be living in such a safe and healthy country that we have today, that is well respected and looked up to by all countries around the world. It is very clear when you look around you here this morning, young children, mums, dads, uncles, aunties, all of you are here, present here this morning to commemorate all that was done for us by those veterans that returned and did not return. and have since passed on, and those still with us here today. All New Zealanders should be proud of those men and women. So as I say, should we forget them? No, we must never forget them. We will remember them forever, lest we forget.
Getting Out There Expo was organised by Te Aho Trust. We have some highlights to show you now.
I want to welcome you to our first Getting Out There Expo. This has been an exciting thing for us. It's a collaboration between Te Aho and the Northern Advocate, and it is on the back of a publication that we've done. So Johnny and I have been collaborating for the past 5 years in putting together a Getting Out There publication. A year ago, we decided that we would turn that into an event.
Today is the first for the expo, combining seniors and disabled people. We all share common needs, and it's really nice to accommodate both our groups and the community. So I hope you enjoy this expo. We have some fabulous guest speakers lined up.
Tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou katoa. It is my absolute honour and privilege to be the first speaker at this amazing Getting Out There Expo, making the most of life. I envisage a place in which every person can contribute to its full potential as a great place to live, work and play.
So I was asked to talk a bit today about culture, rights, and living our life to the full. There is no such thing as a barrier. The only barrier that you have is the barrier that you put on yourself.
People perceive disability as a negative thing. That ends up with us not being able to participate in society. And such an approach is not only a breach of our human rights as people, but it's also unsustainable for society as a whole.
We need to work together. It takes a village to make a difference. It takes a village to work with our disability community to make our community work. And Whangarei is a village.
Be the person you are with every ounce of energy you have, and you'll give every other person with a disability, obvious or hidden, permission to do the same.
Welcome back. Are you ready? This sign language lesson is all the signs for celebration.
Events. Christmas. Park. Concert. Band. Anzac Day. Field of Remembrance. Easter. Celebration. Opening. Town Basin. Queen's Birthday. Summer. Events. Toll Stadium. Rugby. Open cinema. Pizza Cacha. St. Patrick's Day. Guy Fawkes. The council has a summer events booklet available. Christmas in the Park is being held at Toll Stadium. Are you going to the fireworks display? Where is the Field of Remembrance this year? Do you celebrate Easter? The traffic will be heavy on Queen's birthday. Te Aho Trust has a Facebook page. Have a look for current events and news.
Te Aho has a Facebook page, so check out what's the current news and events. www.facebook.com/Te Aho Trust. If you have not received a copy of Getting Out There magazine, go to Te Aho's website at www.teaho.org.nz/tools. Scrolling down and see the link there. Download your own copy. If you want the past issues, contact Te Aho and see if they have any available. Want to know what Te Aho provides and assists? Have a look at the website and Facebook. You will see they have some interesting resources for general public and they're all free.
So we are actively involved in our local and community events and celebrations. Have you thought about your events? Are there interpreters there? Is there anything fun for your locals with hearing loss?
If you have these covered, you will have many more people attending.
Hopefully you have learnt some of the signs that will help with your local events. Thank you for watching Sign High. See you next week. Bye.
Kia ora.